Welcome back to Music 101. Let's do a quick review of the first lesson where you learn the 5 lines are called the staff, the signs that tell you where the names of the notes lie, either on a line or on a space, is called a clef, of which there is the treble clef and the bass clef. And these are also called the G clef and the F clef. The main thing you learned was F, A, C, E, G, B, D, which is stating every other letter of the first 7 letters of the alphabet. You also learn middle C and ledger lines. The staff, 5 lines, treble clef, bass clef, middle C with a ledger line. Now let's not forget octaves. If the root note, that means the notes you're starting on, whether it be on a line or on a space, then the octave is going to be on the opposite. If this is on a line, the octave will be on a space. Now here's an observation. 2 ledger lines below the bass clef is the note C. Okay, C, E, remember F-A-C-E, G, B, D, F, A, C, E, G, B, D, F, and add a couple more lines up here, a little more ledger lines. So that would be A, and then this is C. Look at that. C is on the line down in the bass, and C is on the octave way up above in the treble. Isn't that a cool observation? Did you practice going backwards? It should be easier for guitarists. For E, the top string is this top space. B is in the middle here. G, which we know from the clef. And of course, A and E on down here. Okay, now going backwards from the top line, F goes like this. Look, we've got F-A-C-E, so F. It's going to be D, B. See, that's why guitarists will know this. B, G, of course, that's the clef. G, E, C. Remember, F-A-C-E, E, C, A, F again. Now look, this line is F, this top line is F. So this is D, so this is D. So this is B, so this is B. So this is G, and this is G. Instead of E, we'd have to put a ledger line. But see how easy it is? It just takes a little bit of practice. Now in this lesson, we're going to look at scales and how the notes work. We start with the C scale, which all music theory is based upon. If you've ever looked at a piano, you've noticed white keys with black keys set in the back. Let's examine the order. In the middle is middle C. Now let's examine the order. C, between C and D, there is a black note, which means here in the West, our music is based upon 12 half tones, as opposed to the East, which has quarter tones. Yes, our scale has 7 notes. If you see the 7 white notes until you see that it looks like the same note again. But in between, there are 5 black keys, and that makes for a total of 12 tones, or 12 notes in the scale.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. First you say there are 7 notes in the scale, and now you say there's also 12. Are you trying to drive me back into my hole?
Now let me show you. Counting C as our root note, then the black key would be a half step from C, and the next white key would be another half step, making from C to D a whole step. All right, C to D, whole step. Well, D to E also has a black key in between, so that's also a whole step. D to E, whole step. However, when we encounter E to F, there is no black key. It is a half step in itself. E to F is the natural half step. F to G has the black key, so it's a whole step. G to A is a whole step. A to B is a whole step. F to G, whole. G to A whole, A to B whole. Now look, last one here, B to C. Aha! No black key, so that is a half step. That's where it's supposed to be. On the guitar, each fret is a half step. B to C, natural half step. I'm going to make it easy for you. Instead of memorizing all these whole and half steps, all you have to do is know two, and that's the half steps. From E to F and from B to C. All the rest are whole. It's that easy. So your natural half steps are between E and F and B and C. If we number these, then it comes between the third and fourth and the seventh and eighth in our scale. Now, as you can see here, if you counted 1, 2, 3, between 3 and 4 would be the half step, and 7 and 8 would be the other half step. So the natural half steps, that's all the white keys, there's their natural key, is between E and F and B and C. One more time, the half steps in our natural scale, the C scale, are between E and F and B and C, or the third and fourth notes and the seventh and eighth. What does all this mean? It means we can start on any note to make a scale following this pattern. For example, let's start on A. Okay, starting on A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and now with the ledger line, the octave A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. We want the half steps between the third and fourth, which is here, and the seventh and the eighth. Remember the natural half steps between E and F and B and C. That's all you have to remember, but this is where we need our half steps now. So from A to B, okay, that's not B to C or E or F, so that has to be a whole step. That's fine. B to C, we need a larger step here. We only have a half step, we need a whole step. In order to make it a whole step, we have to add another half. On the keyboard, that's where the black key is. But in order to do that visually here, we have to have a sign that tells us to go to the black note. That sign is called a sharp. It looks like a tit-tat-toe sign. Now that means that this note now, C sharp, is the black key. Well, now we have C sharp to D, so that is a half step. That's where it's supposed to be. D to E, whole step. E to F, natural half step. So you're going to say, yeah, okay, well, I have to sharp the F sharp to go to the black key. What that means, now we have half step between the F sharp and the G. We have to go to the sharp to G and then make that a to the black key. And now we have it in the right place. What does all this mean? It means in the key of A we have 3 sharps. This is how the notes work. Let's do another one, starting on F. We have F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. This is going to be a little easier. F to G, whole step. G to A, whole step. Where do we need the half? We need the half right here. A to B, A to B is a whole step. Now we have it too large, and we have to lower it. We have to lower the B to a B flat. Flat lower, the sharps raised. A flat looks like a little B sideways. That's a flat. So far we have sharps. that raise a half step, and flats that lower a half step. Okay, let's go on. B flat to C. Well, B flat is a black key. It's going to go to B natural. Natural meaning it's in the white keys. It's all natural. So that would be a half step. To C would be another half step. So that's a whole step. B flat to C. C to D, whole step. D to E, whole step. Let's look at the last one. E to F. Hey, that's our natural half step. That means we're done. That means in the key of F, there is one flat. Isn't that cool? So in the key of F, there's one flat, B flat. And in this key, you play all of the B flats unless there is a natural sign, which looks like this. There's your sharps, there's your flats, and a natural looks like that. And a natural is one of those white keys on the piano. The black keys are the sharps and the flats. A quick review now. The 5 lines are called a staff. The clefs are next, which tells you where the names of the notes lie, and next to that is the key signature, where the sharps or flats go, that tell you what key you are in. Just like the white keys or the natural scale, there are 7 sharps and there are 7 flats. We will start with sharps. Now there is an order that they go in, but even this is easy if you remember. Ready for this? Father can't get down after eating breakfast. Father can't get down after eating breakfast. I know it's silly, but it works. Father can't get down after eating breakfast. What's that mean? The first sharp is on F. How can you tell what key you're in with one sharp? Just go up one note from the last sharp. In this case, we only have one sharp, so you go up one note, key of G. How easy? How about C? Father can't. Well, you go up one note from the last sharp, which is C sharp. So it's the key of D, 2 sharps. 3. Well, we did that. Remember? We worked it out. That's the key of A. 3 sharps, the key of A. 4 sharps. Four sharps, the key of E. D to E. Now these first 4 sharps are the ones that we play the most in, especially in guitar. You play in G, you play in D, you play in A, and you play in E. Add C to it and F, and hey, you're on your way. You can finish it on out. Father can't get down after eating breakfast, and whichever is your last sharp, you go up one note. Father can't get down A, E, and B. This is the order of the sharps. Remember, to know whatever key you're in from the sharps, take the last sharp, go up one note, and it will tell you the key that you were in. How about flats? Flats are the opposite of this. This is sharps. The flats go the other direction. What do I mean by the other direction? I mean it starts like backwards. It goes B, B, E, A, D, G, C, F. The flats are B, E, A, D, G, C, F. B flat is the first one, which is in the key of F. We already did that. The second one is E, B, E, B, E. And how you know your flats then, you go next to the last flat, in this case it's B flat, is going to be the key of B flat. It's next to the last flat, that's the key that you're in. B, E, A would be E flat, D, D, that's not a very good looking B. D is going to be A flat, and so forth. G, C, and F. G, C, F. You will use the first 4 or 5 flats if you are a wind instrument. Guitar, piano, not so much, but sometimes. So depending on what key you're in, you will have a key signature.